Hello, fellow green thumbs. Whether you're a seasoned gardener or just starting out, you've probably heard all sorts of tips and tricks for boosting your plant's health. Today, let's crack open the truth about eggshells in your garden and see if they really live up to the hype. For years, gardeners have sprinkled crushed eggshells around their plants hoping for a calcium boost and protection from pests. It's a classic bit of garden wisdom passed down through generations. The big claim? Eggshells are packed with calcium carbonate, which plants like tomatoes need to avoid blossom and rot. It sounds simple. Just add shells and your plants will thrive. But here's the catch. Plants can't use that calcium right away. The shells don't just dissolve overnight. Eggshells are tough, designed to protect chicks, not to break down quickly in soil. Their hard structure means they resist weathering and decomposition. Tossing crushed shells into your garden isn't a quick fix. They can sit there for seasons, barely changing. You might notice them lingering in your beds long after you've forgotten about them. So the myth that eggshells instantly solve calcium problems? Busted. It's just not that straightforward. They're a slow-release amendment, not a fast-acting fertilizer. If you need immediate results, you'll have to look elsewhere. If you want your plants to benefit, you need to unlock that calcium by grinding the shells as finely as possible or composting them thoroughly. Don't worry, we'll show you how to turn stubborn shells into real garden gold, making sure their nutrients are actually available to your plants. Forget the fairy tales, let's get practical and focus on what truly works in the garden. Ready to see what really works? We're about to dig into the real science and best practices. Stick around as we reveal the real power of eggshells and how you can use them to truly benefit your garden. With the right approach, your garden will thank you, and you'll see the results in every healthy, thriving plant. Why are eggshells so stubborn in the soil? You might have noticed that, even after months, those little white fragments seem to stick around, barely changing. It's a common question for gardeners who want to recycle kitchen waste and boost their soil. Their job is to protect, not decompose. Eggshells are nature's armor, designed to keep the delicate egg inside safe from harm, moisture, and bacteria. That tough calcium carbonate matrix is slow to break down. It's almost like a tiny fortress, built to last far longer than a single growing season. Even when you crush them, the pieces are still too big for soil microbes to work on quickly. Microbes and earthworms just can't get through those thick walls fast enough. Most garden soils aren't acidic enough to dissolve shells fast. Without enough acid, the shells just sit there, barely changing from season to season. It can take years for large shell fragments to release their calcium, far too late for your current crops. By the time the nutrients are available, your plants have already come and gone. So, just scattering shells is more decoration than nutrition. They might look pretty, but your plants won't benefit much from them in the short term. But here's the good news. There's a simple way to speed things up and actually help your garden thrive. The secret? Make the shells as fine as possible. Grinding them into a powder increases the surface area, making it much easier for soil life to do its work. Powdered eggshells break down much faster, letting your plants access the nutrients sooner. Don't just crush, pulverize. The finer the powder, the quicker the calcium is available. This one extra step transforms eggshells from slow release to garden ready. It's a small effort with a big payoff for your plants. Let's see how to do it right so you can make the most of every eggshell you use in your garden. Your plants will notice the difference, growing stronger and healthier with the extra calcium boost. Time to turn kitchen scraps into garden treasure. Eggshells are often overlooked, but they're a fantastic natural way to boost your soil's health and give your plants a helping hand. First, rinse your eggshells to remove any lingering residue or membrane. This step helps prevent unwanted odors and keeps pests away. Next, let them dry completely. Either air dry on a towel or pop them in a low oven for a few minutes. Dry shells are much easier to grind and store. Once dry, grind them into a fine powder using a coffee grinder, spice grinder, or blender. The finer you grind, the more quickly the calcium becomes available to your plants. The finer the powder, the faster it works in your soil, helping roots absorb nutrients efficiently. Mix a tablespoon or two of powder into planting holes for tomatoes, peppers, or squash. This gives young plants a strong start and helps prevent blossom end rot, or sprinkle it around established plants and gently work it into the topsoil. This method slowly releases calcium as the plants grow. Add eggshell powder to your compost pile for a mineral boost. Microbes love it, and it helps balance the compost's pH. As compost breaks down, the calcium becomes part of your rich, finished humus, nourishing your garden for seasons to come. This method builds healthy soil for the long run, creating a thriving environment for all your plants. Skip the big shell chunks. Powder is the real secret. Large pieces break down slowly and don't offer the same benefits. With this prep, you're giving your plants a real advantage. It's simple, effective, and sustainable. Perfect for any home gardener. Let's bust another myth next and keep your garden growing strong. Let's talk about the eggshell slug barrier myth. The idea, sharp shells stop slugs and snails. Reality? Not so much. After rain or dew, shells lose their edge. Slugs just glide right over. Even dry, determined slugs can cross if the prize is tempting. It's not a reliable defense. Instead, try beer traps or copper tape, both proven to work. Diatomaceous earth is another option, but only when dry. Save your eggshells for soil health, not pest control. Don't waste time on garden fairy tales. Let's focus on what really helps your plants thrive. Ready for some eggshell magic? Make eggshell tea by mixing a few tablespoons of powder in a gallon of water. Add a splash of vinegar, let it sit, then water your plants. Enrich potting mixes by adding eggshell powder, especially for tomatoes and peppers in containers. Potted plants need all the help they can get, and this gives them a steady calcium supply. Bonus tip: use half shells as biodegradable seed starters. Rinse, poke a drainage hole, fill with seed mix, and plant your seeds. When seedlings are ready, plant the whole shell. Just crack it a bit first. The shell breaks down, feeding the young plant right at the roots. From breakfast to garden, nothing goes to waste. That's real green thumb magic.